everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be testing the R3 in the studio for the first time. First, I'd like to mention this video is sponsored by Squarespace. They're an awesome all-in-one platform for all that your website might need. They have a great customer service in case you have any issues with setting up your website. They have beautiful templates that you can fully customize and you can change around if you change your mind at some stage. They are very affordable to work with. Their plans start at around $10 a month, which is really good, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money to put into your website. It looks super professional, super nice, and I definitely recommend it. So if you guys want to check it out, make sure to use my discount code and you'll get 10% off of your first purchase. Today I'm going to be using a small umbrella. It's just a small white umbrella with a Pro Photo light that is on full power. I just thought that something nice and simple would be nice to just kind of test it out, and I find it's a very nice and simple lighting to set up. Pretty much anybody has an umbrella like this. It's the cheapest thing you can buy, so it's pretty handy. And then I have my two black boards, and for the sitting setup, the model is going to be sitting on the shorter stool and then resting her hands on the taller stool. It just kind of gives you a bit more freedom and it's not as awkward as kind of standing and trying to do all those poses and so on. So I'm going to be comparing the camera with the Canon as well. I have my usual setup. I just want to see how the sharpness is, how the focusing works and so on. I'm going to be testing the IAF because that's, kind of the main feedback from the last video. I didn't really know about it and now I really want to kind of put it to the test. I got the 90 macro 2.8 to test out, and I think it's going to be fun. I've never used a mirrorless camera in a studio situation, so it's definitely going to be a learning curve. So far I find that the focus is struggling a bit, even with the IAF. I feel like yesterday when I was shooting outdoors, it was much quicker and it was much more efficient. In the studio, it comes and goes and it kind of gets a bit confused and all this kind of stuff. So I am struggling with the focus a tiny bit, to be honest. I do have the three settings the way I have it on my other lens. I have the regular and then the kind of mid close-up and then the super close-up macro. So I will check on the computer and see what the sharpness is like afterwards and compare both of them because I took photos on both of them. But so far I have my 1-point focus on my Canon and I find it a bit more efficient in the studio. Even though, all I do is like half press the point that I want and then just readjust the frame or whatever. So I don't actually move the focus points around and I pretty much get super sharp images all around. But saying that, maybe it's just a matter of getting used to it, maybe adjusting it a bit. It's definitely a learning curve with any camera. So I will be testing it again in the studio, so I'll maybe get a bit of a better idea of what it's like. So kind of for this particular shoot, I'm kind of going in between the back screen and the viewfinder. I think I'm using the viewfinder a bit more, just because I find sometimes on the screen it's kind of hard to see the details that you want. So sometimes, but just putting your face into the viewfinder, it's kind of easier for you to kind of decide on the frame and kind of see what details you want and so on. And that's how I've been using this Canon for a long while anyway. So far though, I have to look at the photos on the screen to kind of see if they are perfectly sharp and what's the exposure like and so on. But I do have to say that they do look very nice and they look a tiny bit more, maybe not vivid, a bit more contrasty in a way than the Canon, which is quite interesting. As I said, I need to compare the raw files to kind of see. But there is some good highlights, there is good contrast, it's nice and bright. I actually find, even though I have the same settings on both cameras, this one looks slightly brighter, which, as I said again, I'll have to see in the computer and kind of see how they actually look. Guys, that's it for today. Those were my first impressions. I hope you enjoyed the photos. Let me know how you like them. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.